Are you gentlemen about ready?
Yes, we're ready.
I'll be putting my cell phone timer up here. Once we start a segment, it'll run down to 0. Give you 1 minute. 1 second. You ready to come in?
No, sir. I don't get that.
Oh, how you been? Since yesterday.
Look at my.
Ah! Let's get started. Welcome once again. We're talking. Welcome to LEDO's in College Park. Johnny Holiday, Maryland's head basketball coach Buzz Williams. Brought to you by our good friends at Thompson Creek. The Terps kicked off their season on Monday night in Baltimore, part of the Hall of Fame Classic Series. They come away with a big win over Coppin State, 83-61. Now getting set for a second game at home. In fact, the first home game coming up Friday night against the Georgetown Hoyas. They win by 17 over Morgan State, 87-70. Baltimore being a hotbed of basketball, coach, and I was interested in getting to saw a picture of you and Gary Williams and Walt Williams together. Talk about legends with Maryland basketball. Wow.
I saw Coach over there before the game. You know, they honored him at halftime, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to be out there for that. And so I just wanted to spend a little time with him. And then I think Walt was on his way to join you for whatever you guys do before the game. So
Eat.
That would be fun. Yeah. That's a good pregame idea.
Exactly. He had to find us first.
That's what I think he was actually trying to find you.
Yeah. We were way up in the corner.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, way up in the corner. As you look back for the game in Baltimore, it's always an interesting time when you kick off the season. Everybody has anticipations, the fans, the coaches, the players, the media, everybody. And when you come into a new situation like you have here at the University of Maryland and had such success in all the places you've been, but now it's like is it like starting all over new for you again with all the new players?
Unlike any start that I've ever been a part of, it's the first time that I've been hired as a head coach in the era that we're currently in. And so I've never been a head coach in game number one where everybody in the program is brand new. Normally there's some level of returning players. So for us, I understand it was just the first data point, but as we begin to grow and learn and try to develop what we want to be about, doing it for the first time in an arena that's we had never been in a place that we had never been. There's a lot of newness, obviously, in every single category, not just the actual game, but all of the things leading up to the game. And so it's the first time that I've ever been a part of something where every day, the rest of the season will be the first day we've been together at that moment in time. So today is our first practice following a game, and we've never done that together. How are we going to review the last game that we played? How are we going to begin to review the preparation for the next opponent? So every day that we live, until the last game. It'll be our first time, all of us doing it together, and with a lot of new people, regardless of their age. It just means the value of each day is so critically important as you're trying to grow and as you're trying to learn and as you're trying to build something. Each day is vital in that building.
What was your message to the guys after the game? When you go in the locker room, you speak to them for the first time outside of the exhibition game. What was your message to them after this first game?
Well, I try not to talk too long. That was probably the longest post game I've had in a long time in my career. I think sometimes I'm so spent emotionally. Players are spent physically, emotionally, mentally. My mind is very chaotic to begin with. But after a game, I try to restrict what I say, even to you, even in media, just because my brain has been functioning at a very fast clip.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I don't say things out of emotions. But I did spend probably more time than normal post game just explaining to our guys, that when you're born, even though you don't realize it, you don't even know how to listen with both eyes. A baby's eyes are just darting back and forth. And it kind of becomes a milestone as a parent when the child looks with both eyes at the parent, and then there's a stage of the child can't even hold their head, and you can hold them, but you have to hold their head so they don't fall down. And eventually they learn to sit up. And when they learn to sit up, they've got to be able to control their head in order to sit up. And then eventually they fall down while sitting up and they learn to roll over. And then once they learn to roll over, eventually a few months later, they learn how to crawl. And so that's who we are. We're a baby that's learning to try to hold our head. I think we've gotten to the point where we can have eye contact with the coach that's speaking, but we don't know as a program yet how to even balance our head and not be Humpty Dumpty. And so that was what I talked to them about. And I was physically showing them, this is what a baby looks like. You don't remember because you were the baby. Only one of our players has a child, so he knows what I'm saying. And so I spent 6 or 8 minutes, probably too long of a time, explaining we have to embrace the stages that we're in. We're a newborn program, not that we're at a newborn program. We are the newborn. And how are we going to raise ourselves to listen? How are we going to raise ourselves when we say something to you? Can you hold your head? Can you do what we're asking you to do? Eventually, do we not have to worry about you holding your head? Can you sit up and show up every day? And that's where we're at in week 1 of the season. How can we continue to progress just like any baby would?
And you had 4 guys who've heard the story before because they played for you at Texas A&M. You brought 4 guys with you, so they kind of are familiar with what you want to do.
Yeah, we've just made so many adaptations relative to our roster. I think they're familiar with the intensity that we want to play at, the pace at which we want to work. They understand the ABCs of our system on the floor and off the floor. We've made a lot of changes offensively and defensively to our current team that we think fits. But in regards to the intangibles, the things that we monitor and measure that most teams don't, only one guy played. George and Dre have never played. Monday night was their first game. Solo is still out. So Gochi's the only person that played in that game that has played in a game somewhere else before coming here.
Thompson Creek Window Company is a proud partner of Maryland Athletics. Thompson Creek designs, they build, they install replacement windows from their local Maryland factory. You get high-quality windows at an affordable price without the middleman markup. Back with more with Coach Williams in just a minute from LEDO's in College Park.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy. Home, sweet Thompson Creek.
At Planet Fitness, no 2 members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment.
1, 2, 3.
And they do it for different reasons.
You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common.
You got this. Come on.
They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
One more? We got 5 more. Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Welcome back, everybody. Johnny Holiday, Maryland's head basketball coach, Buzz Williams. We're at LEDO's with our basketball show. In fact, you're welcome to come by and join us any week. We're here on next week will be my Tuesday at LEDO's. You can grab some Testudo Premium Lager. That's the official craft beer of the Maryland Terrapins by Union Craft Brewing Company. Let's go Terps, and let's go Terps against Georgetown on Friday night. The home opener at 6 o'clock, the tip-off at what we hope will be and should be a sold-out Xfinity Center. 5 guys end up on double figures for you, Coach. Really impressed with Pharrell Payne's job. He had 21 points. That's the most by any transfer portal ever to come to Maryland in his first game. Saunders had 14. Freshman Darius Adams was 16. And 5 guys off the point really impressed me, too.
Yeah, it categorically, it looked like we were all trying to do what we want to do. And at times, some of them were even catching themselves when they knew they weren't doing that. So that's signs of growth. I don't know exactly how we're going to score. Gochi will be a part of that. And we're trying to still figure out ways to prevent the opponent from scoring as easy as they did on Monday. But I do think that we know what that is. We just need to accumulate reps of executing that more consistently. I do think their awareness has improved. I think they're all trying to go in the same direction. I think there were too many empty possessions for us offensively where 3 of us knew what we were doing and 2 of us were doing something else. But they are learning. And they are trying to apply what it is that we want from them. I think our practices have continued to improve in regards to the efficiency. I think our staff is doing a great job of making sure that we're practicing more the things that we know that we have to become more consistent at. And we've kind of shrunk and filtered out some of the things that eventually we're going to need to know to be able to do, but we're trying to get better at the things that we do most often. And that's what all teams are doing this early in the season. I thought that most of the time in the first half on Monday, our bench, the 5 guys on the floor, it looked like we were all trying to color the same picture. I thought the first 10 minutes of the second half, it looked like we all just showed up and didn't know exactly what we were doing. I thought we closed the game more like the first half.
Yeah.
So we're not at a point where we can play 200 minutes all on the same page, but there were glimpses of consecutive possessions on either side of the floor where we did have growth. And I think that we're trying to make sure that we show our guys pictures of them doing in a game what we do in practice. And we're trying to make sure that the words we have in practice are the same words we have in a game. And so, again, to the credit of the coaches, like we're showing them this morning, we're showing them clips of practice of how those clips from practice applied to the same exact clip in a game so that we can gain some consistency, gain some traction. We're not at a point where we can just be consumed like a fan with, hey, we played on Monday, and we play on Friday.
Yeah,
That's correct.
it didn't work that way.
We need to have traction of growth and building each day. And I think that Monday's traction came from Saturday and Sunday's practice. And so now we need to start today where we finished Monday night. And we want to be a stock that you would buy, a stock that's continuing to consistently rise. And we've got to slow down some of the volatility that we have had earlier that wasn't public information. But now that the stock is public because the season has started, we just need to keep taking incremental on all days, including off days, like how we handle an off day in the film room, how we handle an off day in what they volunteer to do in skill work, how we handle the off day on what they're doing in the film room. Who are you watching? What are you watching? And so it's just tutoring. Each of our guys have a learning specialist in offense, a learning specialist on defense, a learning specialist in personnel. And our staff is really doing a great job in their buckets of responsibility on helping all 15 guys. We're not going to play all 15. But of the 9 guys that played, I think there were 62 minutes that played this Monday night that didn't play last Monday night.
Yeah.
And so it's not just the games, it's all of the reps that they've missed from practice as well.
Were you happy with the rebounding?
No, we're not even like in the vicinity of where real teams are. They rebounded 34% we rebounded 34% of our misses. That's an okay number, but we gave them 25% of their misses, which is not a number that you want. So we've got to continue to find ways, not just in words. We're going to do a couple of new things today to see if we can increase our rebounding prowess. And a lot of our rebounding issues thus far, we're just not playing with near the physicality that you're going to have to play with in order to control the tempo of the glass.
Food Lion is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For every free throw the Terrapins make this season, Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to the local food banks in College Park. Johnny Holiday, Maryland's head basketball coach Buzz Williams, coming off the season opener, the win over Coppin State Monday night, 83-61. We'll have more in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
From quote to cleanup, we move fast. Call Thompson Creek and get new windows in 2 weeks, roofing in 3 days, siding in 1 week, and gutters in just 48 hours. We cut out the middleman to give you better prices and faster service, because your home improvement project shouldn't take months. Skip the wait. Call now and get a free quote. And now, for a limited time, it's our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on everything. There's never been a better time to buy.
In Ocean City, Maryland, having fun is kind of our thing. I mean, look at these two. They're all about having fun. That's fun. This is fun. Whoa. Too much fun? Nah, no such thing. Because here, even leg day is fun. So head to the coast and, well, just coast. Pump up the volume, or just pump up the pool floaty. From the boardwalk to the bay, come discover somewhere to smile about.
Before we talk Abbott Big Ten blood drive ideas, let's get in the competitive spirit with the scavenger hunt. I worked all weekend on that.
Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
It's okay. It's in your nature.
Come to Rosecroft Raceway for live racing Mondays and Thursdays from now until the 18th of December. Post time is 7:15 p.m. Open every day for simulcast, live boxing and banquet space. Visit us anytime at rosecroft.com.
That will be resuming also.
University of Maryland Medical School is the official medical team of the Terrapins. You and your family can expect the same level of exceptional care that the athletes receive in College Park. Learn more at umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. Also, time to go Toyota with legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. We hope you're making plans to be at Xfinity Center on Friday night. The Georgetown, Maryland rivalry goes way, way back. The Terps have got the better numbers in the two, and there's been some classic games. We expect it to be sold out. It's Gold Rush night. You might want to put that on.
Yeah, we're excited. It'll be our first game at Xfinity to be able to play Georgetown and Coach Cooley. We're excited, and it'll be, again, all of this, like I've mentioned in the first segment, every day is a brand new day that we're living with the group that's currently in our program. And so to be able to play at home, we're excited about the crowd. I don't exactly know what Gold Rush means other than I've asked the staff to wear a gold tie. I think that's what it means for us. Does that mean we wear gold uniforms?
You could wear gold. Yeah,
do we have gold uniforms?
We do. We did. I don't know if you have them now, but we did have gold uniforms. Yeah.
That'll be great
have you
pictures.
Checked the equipment guy?
I do not know. I'm sure that's part of what I'm supposed to be responsible for, but probably spending too much time wondering how we can get a stop, not what uniform we're wearing.
Exactly.
Sounds like a typical coach.
Exactly. Now they won their first game against Morgan State.
They played in the they played 5 games. They beat Kentucky
game?
From start to finish last week.
That's top 10 team
in Kentucky, and then they played. I don't know how to explain it, but basically they played this summer. They played 5 games this summer in the World Championship. It's not called that, but they played Canada. They played Brazil. So when you're able to play in that, or you're selected to play in that, you're able to practice a lot more according to the NCAA rules. And so I've enjoyed, I still have a lot to do, but I've enjoyed studying their team. Obviously, I'm somewhat familiar with Coach Cooley from our time together in the Big East. I have always thought the world of him on the floor and off the floor. I think he's offensively very gifted. And a lot of what I've seen them do this summer, I haven't completely watched the Morgan State game. I have watched the Kentucky game. They just beat Kentucky from start to finish in Lexington, which says a lot. Very physical in how they play. His typical style that I remember from years ago seems to be a little bit more prevalent in this year's team than what I think he's had as he's built his roster and built his habits, and built his culture at Georgetown over the last couple of years. I would say that Coach would say this team is more of a reflection of him than his first 2 at Georgetown.
Good backcourt too. These kids,
they're very good. Number 2 is really good. Number 5, I don't know their names. Number 2 is really good. Number 5 is really good. Number 25 is really good. And the 2 5s that they have are 2 different types of 5s. One is really skilled pick and pop type. And the 7-foot kid was one of the better players in the country. I remember seeing him in high school because he's from Texas. And he has great rim presence on both ends. So be a completely different game than what we have played thus far in the scrimmage exhibition and game number 1 as it relates to talent, but also as it relates to style of play. And so, again, a long time until we play on Friday night, but really excited to be able to play our first game at home and know that we have a lot of work to do between now and then to even be in a position for what I anticipate will occur at tip-off.
Be nice if you could continue this series with Georgetown.
When did it start?
Before I started doing the games, way back.
And then there's been a decade-long delay.
Yeah, last time we played, I think, was in
9 years ago.
Yeah. 2000. Maryland won that game 70. We had some great games, 75-71.
But I'm saying that there was a delay because of Coach Lefty and Coach Thompson.
Correct.
For a long time.
Yeah, that was the chair throwing incident.
Nothing against Coach Thompson or Coach Drizel. I have great respect for both of them, but Are you saying that 9 years ago we played? That would have been when Coach Turgeon was here.
Right.
So there was never a series with Coach Turgeon or with Coach Willard.
Well, we played in 2016. We played in 2015. So that would have been Turgeon, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
since then, over the last 10 years, the latter part of Coach Turgeon's career and Coach Willard's career, there was never a series.
There was not. No.
Interesting.
In fact, 1980 to 93, 13 years without playing. When they played the 93 game at the Cap Center, Terps won that game in overtime. Joe Smith had 26, and Dwayne Simpkins hit the game-winning shot.
The coach at American?
Yeah, that's right. Great point guard from DeMatha.
Yeah, great person.
Jumps up on our table, pumping his fist.
Were you calling the game?
I was calling the games, yeah.
I bet you looked a little different then.
I was also well, easy now.
Okay.
Easy now. I was also calling the games the night that Lefty and Thompson got into it.
And what year was that approximately?
81, I think it was. Yeah.
I've read about that.
There was some words
I have read
exchanged
about
back
that.
and forth.
Yeah. I think they were just asking how they were doing.
Were you in Cooley?
Where like their favorite places to eat in the DMV.
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't think they were really saying much.
Hey, Coach, this has been fun as always. All the best against Georgetown on Friday night. It'll be sold out. I think you'll find this basketball family you've got together with a Maryland basketball family, the support you're going to have is going to be off the charts.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And it takes a lot when you get as old as I am to be excited. I just want to make sure that we're mature in how we go about our work between now and then so that our work kind of overtakes the emotion that I think all of us will feel on Friday night. And so that's just part of the growth of a young program of trying to understand work and emotion and being able to do both. But we are all excited about the opportunity.
All the best, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's our show today. So be with us again next week here at LEDO's. Come on by at noon for the taping of the Buzz Williams Talking Terps basketball show. Tom Marquito's been our technical director. And for Coach Buzz Williams, I'm Johnny Holiday. Thanks for joining us, and good night.